Hello everyone. So if you are preparing for UPSC, you might have heard the name of the book Indian Economy by Nitin Singhania. So actually it is an excellent book, but it's a bulky book, and if you are a beginner, you might face problem in understanding this book. So in this particular series, I'm going to simplify the concepts of this book. Please understand, this video series is not a replacement of book. You should read book. In fact, I would recommend you should read the book, but once you are able to understand the concept, book reading will be very easy for you. So just follow the playlist and just read the concept from the book after watching the video. So today we are going to start from the first chapter. From each chapter, I will cover the most important concept, and over a period of time, we will cover the entire book. So save this playlist if it is helpful for you, and please share it. Now let's start. Just a second. Okay, first thing first, what is economics? Economics in a very simple sense means how society use scarce resources. See, resources are scarce. Resources are scarce. Scarce basically means they are limited. And how to utilize these limited resources? That is economics. So economics is the study of utilization of scarce resources. Now, the application of these principle on a particular area. Application on any area. This will be referred as economy. In a very simple sense, the application of principle of economics in Indian region, that will be referred as Indian economy. Indian economy. Or let's say any state economy, let's say Bihar economy. Bihar economy. So two important things. What is economics? Economics basically is a study of utilization of scarce resources. What is economy? Economy is basically the application part of economics. Application on a particular area. Now understand, the economic system can be of following types. So basically, types of economic system. First type can be market economic system. Market economic system basically means private players or private companies will determine what to produce, how much to produce. So it is economic system dominated by private players. Private player basically means, just like India have businessmen, Ambani, Adani, Tata, Birla, all these are private players. So if the economy is dominated by private player, that is referred as a market economy. If the decisions are taken by government, that means government decide what to produce, what not to produce, this will be referred as a non-market economic system, and in this case the decisions are taken by government. Then there is another economic system which basically is referred as mixed economic system. Mixed economic system refers to coexistence of both. So there will be private players, there will be government role as well. In case of India, our economic system is mixed economic system. Now understand, according to application of these principles, whether these principles are applied on small scale basis or on large scale basis, the economy can be further classified into two types in terms of coverage. So one is basically microeconomics. Micro, as the name suggests, the application is on a small scale. Small scale basically means, let's say, how a particular organization functions, or how a particular family functions, how they take their economic decisions. That will be referred as microeconomics. On the other hand, there is another part, that is macroeconomics. Now macro basically means large scale. For example, at country level. Now at micro level, that means at large level, there are four major components of economic system. What are these four components? So these four components are actually government, private, household, and fourth one is export. So these are the four major components of macroeconomic system. Now the economy can be classified into different sectors according to the economic activities. So the next part of, or next topic of this particular chapter is sectors of economy. Now basically it can be classified majorly into three sectors. One is a primary sector. Primary sector basically means direct use of natural resources. Direct use of natural resources. A very simple example would be agriculture, animal husbandry, fisheries. All these are example of primary sector activity. So in a very simple sense, I'm going to write this as agriculture and allied activities. Allied basically means associated activity. The second part of economy is basically referred as secondary sector. So basically it is also known as industrial sector. It will cover activities such as manufacturing, construction, etc. The third part is our tertiary sector or services sector. Tertiary or services sector. Services sector, services such as telecommunication, such as aviation, such as banking, all these are part of service sector. Now the people involved in primary sector, they are basically known as red collar workers. Red collar workers. The people who are engaged in secondary sector activities are known as blue collar workers. Blue collar workers. And the people who are engaged in tertiary sector activities are known as white collar workers. One more thing, if we talk about the contribution in employment, primary sector is the leading contributor. if we talk about the contribution in GDP, what is GDP? Gross domestic product. We will discuss GDP in later part also. As of now, just understand it is the overall value of the goods and services produced in our country. Okay, so in terms of GDP contribution, the tertiary sector is the leading contributor. Let me write it down. So in terms of jobs or employment, primary sector is the leading player, and in terms of contribution in a GDP, tertiary sector is the leading player. Now, understand, apart from these three conventional sectors, there are two sub varieties. One is quinary sector, and one is quaternary sector. Quaternary sector. So quinary sector basically refers to those people who are the top level decision makers. Top level decision makers. Understand it carefully. It is nothing but part of tertiary sector itself. But within that, it has been subcategorized as the quinary sector. These are also known as gold collar workers. Gold collar workers. Okay, for example, MD, CEO of any particular company. On the other hand, quaternary sector refers to the knowledge sector. In a very simple sense, for example, the people involved in research and development, people involved in the latest technologies, they will form the part of quaternary sector. Again, it is nothing but an expansion of the existing three sector itself. To be specific, they will form a part of tertiary sector itself. So this is how the sectors of economy are classified. That's all for this particular lecture. In the next part, we will cover the next topic from the first chapter of the book itself. That is Nitin Singhania Economic book or Economy book for UPSC and State PCS. Thank you.